it's the underlying feeling of you feel like you need to, like you
It's
just
like a
said,
responsibility.
you feel like you need to do something to, like the house I grew up in, like in Charlton, that's the house I grew up in before I moved to like Woolwich. I want to buy that house. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us, the Kasi Podcast. We're back here again. Episode 19. Like I said in the last episode, we have got a bunch of episodes coming up for you. 19, 20, 21. Hope everyone's good, everyone's well. We've got a new guest for us today. Special guest, as always. All my guests are special. We've got Bao with us today. How you doing, Bao? You good?
How you doing? You're right. Yeah, nice to be here, man. Thank you for inviting me.
No, thank you. How many times have I messaged you and we've spoke about doing this and getting it done?
Oh, a long time. a long time.
It was some. No, was it? It wasn't last.
No, it was
this year.
This summer, yeah. So it was this summer, but it was like every week we just had to postpone it. We just had to keep postponing it.
Something happened here on my side. We couldn't do it. We couldn't record, or I just messaged you late. You had something going on. You couldn't come. But yeah, once someone's name's on the list to come down at some point or another, it happens. I get them on. So it was about this summer that we didn't speak about actually because we met playing football.
Yeah,
during that summer
in Chelsea.
with Jai and everyone. And it was then that we realized we both went poly.
Yeah, because I recognized your face and I was
and I recognized you as well.
I asked you straight away. And
so you recognized we both went poly. Then we started following each other on social stuff. And then I started seeing things that you do and whatnot. But I feel like was it this summer?
I think it was this summer. It might have been
because there was
Corona.
Because for parts there was lockdown. Was there lockdown this summer?
No. So it must have been last year. No,
maybe was coming
year?
out of. Was on one of the lesser tiers. It was coming out of stuff.
Yeah,
we still couldn't do certain stuff, but we were still coming out of. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I remember. But no, since then, like, how have you been? What have you been up to? Like,
I've just been putting my head down, just working. If I'm really honest, just trying to like make my company blow and everything like that, man. Just trying to make a living off of it. If I'm honest.
Yeah. So. That was the first thing that was not the first thing I clocked when we started following each other on social media, but one of the things that I noticed after a while was Bao Properties.
Yes, Baotri Properties.
Baotri Properties.
Yeah.
That's a full name, right?
Yeah, so that's the full name, yeah.
So I was just watching this and I was just like, it's just not something that I was like at all expected.
Yeah.
And I saw it a couple of times, you sharing and posting stuff, like working, and it wasn't really registering what I was watching. I think you must have shared the actual page for the business, and I was like, oh wait, like this is like his business, and I put two together and it's your name. I was like, oh no, he's got his own company thing, and it was to do properties, and I was like, I don't know anyone personally that does stuff like that, let alone have their own business to do with this. So I was just like, yo, there is something here. I want to hear about his story about it, and I myself. Of course, everybody has a day where they would want to get their own house and whatnot. So that's also like a conversation that I would love to have and learn a bit myself. And I'm sure everyone else would. So that's I definitely want to get you down about it. So Baotri Properties.
Yes.
Talk to us about that, man, about how that came about.
So the beginning of lockdown, do you remember when there was a phase where there was a lot of employees getting made redundant? Yes, I was one of them victims.
My mom was one of the victims.
Yes. So so my life was at a standstill at that point, and I didn't feel valued as an employee at that time. So I just needed to think ahead in terms of what I wanted to do and what I'd enjoy doing in terms of benefiting myself as well as my family. So there was many options I could have done. So I looked into like doing barbering, because obviously that's a skill good to have, and then you can work on your own time and stuff like that. But
what was the job that you was doing?
So I was in Dixon's Carphone Warehouse. I was a technician there.
That's mad. Big Carphone Warehouse was letting people go.
Yeah,
Imagine the company like that that's got stores everywhere. You'd be okay.
That's what we thought. So like the first lockdown, we was okay. We were still working through that, and then we just.
Would you be working through at home, like or calling in, like?
No, I didn't do none of that. I was just in store, so I'll just be sitting in a corner, like I've got my little office set up type of thing, and just every day people come in and sort out their problems, and so from there, I went through all of these options I had. In terms of like barbering, I even considered doing like nail technicians, because obviously majority of Vietnamese people do nails. Even everyone in my family does nails.
No way.
Yeah, but I just didn't want to do nails. I just don't enjoy it. I don't.
Of course,
for me, it's just like even the smell. Just going into a nail shop, I don't like the smell, the fumes. So that was a no-go for me.
That's funny. Your whole family does it, but you don't like the smell.
Nah, I can't do that. And then so I started doing. So it actually started from. I don't know if you've read. I don't think his name is Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, I've heard the title. I haven't read the book, but I've heard the title.
I haven't read the book, but I've like looked into himself and then like video clips of him on YouTube. But
someone was telling me about that. Actually, someone we played with that summer. We played football with one of the guys that was down. He actually read that book and was telling me about that book in that moment.
It's a good, like, he's a good author. He's he's just a rich guy that tries to make poor people rich as well.
Okay.
The secrets that the rich don't want the poor to know,
he
tells them basically. So I had to do a lot of money research, so money education. Yeah. We don't get taught that in school. So I spent that like a month head down, literally just researching how money works, how tax works and stuff like that. And then so I wanted to my goal was like yours, to like buy a house, own a house one day, and like just have multiple houses everywhere. So I was like, where do I start? Who do I know? And stuff like that. And lucky enough, I have my cousin, but he lives in Manchester.
Okay.
He's got his own property. He started his own properties as well. Property company. He started it off here in London. Yeah. And then eventually he branched out and he's moved out now in Manchester. So he's living his best life. So I use him as a mentor. I just asked him as questions. What should I do? What do you think I should do? Because I was really into it. And I kind of knew what I wanted to do. So I knew I wanted a house. So and he's got a house. He's got houses. So I need to speak to this guy.
As in his own.
He's got his own house. He's got houses to rent out and stuff.
How long has he been doing it for?
He's been here a long, long time. So he's about 40 now. Yeah. So
how long has he been doing this specific thing for? Like the property stuff.
I'm not too sure. I don't know when he actually started, because he's a part-time DJ as well.
Okay, cool. Bad. He's living his life.
That's what I'm saying. So but properties itself, running the property management itself is not gonna pay your bills all the time and stuff like that. It's majority of the time is working on commission. So the more you sell, the more you rent, the more money you'll make. So it's not a reliable job unless you put the work in. So I had that, and then I also wanted a 9-to-5 earned income. The earned income was, again, I didn't want to branch out to another industry where it wouldn't benefit the stuff that I'm doing. So I started doing like handyman jobs and maintenance jobs for the houses, from, let's say, taps, toilets, painting walls, and so on.
Well, just like people you knew and whatnot.
So I started myself, like my own house, my family, and then it branched out to my cousin. So when I was free and not doing the properties, he would have like little certain jobs for me to do. So I'll run them little errands. And then there's another guy that went poly actually. He shouted at me in terms of looking for help for a job. I think he was doing like, I can't remember exactly what he was doing, but basically he fits kitchens. Okay. And he works for a company that fits kitchens. And then I started doing jobs here and there for them throughout the summer. And then eventually officially...
Was this last year?
This year.
This year, okay.
So then August this year, it was made official. He put me on the books to work for him as a company. So it's a good 9-to-5 that this will pay my bills. 9-to-5 income where... it pays my bills and it benefits from. So I fit kitchens throughout the day, and then after I finish work, I'll continue with the properties, and then any other jobs in terms of like tenants needing, like say they got a tap leaking or something like that. I can actually do it myself and do it straight away. My tenants don't wait like a week for a plumber to come in and have a look at it. We will be there straight away.
How long did that take, the actual sort of manual handling of stuff of working? Like, did you have experience in that stuff beforehand?
So I learned majority of the stuff off YouTube.
No way.
Like honestly, yeah, because you know when you're at home and then there's something that you want to do but you don't know how, or you don't want to call someone in because it's gonna be expensive for the labor. So literally, I would YouTube it, see how they do it, like get a rough idea of what they're doing, and if it's doable,
I could do this.
Yeah, exactly, literally, I can do it. And then you don't like you're not perfect at the start, but you have to learn somewhere, and you got to do wrong to know what's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's just literally experience.
The places you post on your like Instagram on about like they look sick.
Yeah,
they look sick.
Yeah, they're properties with like, because I work alongside with my cousin, so he's got majority of like the links. Yeah, because where he's in Manchester as well, so majority of the time I'll be managing the stuff in London.
No, so, but they'll be able to, even the designs. You guys design them or design from somewhere else?
No, so it depends on the property, but we don't do the designs itself. But where the kitchen doctor, so the kitchen doctor is what I do for my 9 to 5. That's the kitchen fitting.
Okay.
They actually do designs, and so they could do like a whole kitchen makeover and bathroom and stuff like that. Yeah, so
no, it's serious stuff. And even something you mentioned there, which is like it was a theme in like the like start of all the COVID stuff and the lockdowns last year, which is where you got made redundant from your job and you was just in a moment of like, cool, what am I?
Yeah, I felt like I was rock bottom. Like,
right, so
who's gonna pay my bills?
That's like a theme for like everyone. I feel like everybody was like, well, even if you wasn't made redundant for your job, like, and you was in a space where you was at home with your own thoughts, even if you're in a family with bare people, there's a moment where you're just not doing much and you just have time to just think.
Yeah.
And I've heard that from so many people. From myself, I know it's happened. So even that moment, how long was that period from?
So I'll say, so since I got made redundant, to be fair, I just started, whilst I was at Carlton Warehouse, I just started the properties. So my own one, so it was only just fresh when.
So even before you stopped working, it was something.
I was getting ready. Basically, I was getting ready to get made redundant.
Fair enough.
So I kind of I felt like I was gonna be made redundant as well because it was such a big company, and I
thought because they're a big company, we would be more okay.
No, because basically where Carlton Warehouse is, they're linked with Curry's.
I swear.
Yeah, so basically. There was like standalone stores, Carlton Warehouse, so like there was one in Woolwich and stuff, but then there was a Curry's in Cholton. Yeah, right. So all the standalone stores closed.
Okay.
So that was me. I was in the standalone stores, so there was not enough employees, not enough jobs for all the employees to go to the Curry's. So a lot of people got made redundant there.
Yeah, that's wild. But that is a strong theme. So from the moment of, well, it's like you said, you was already something that you was starting getting into before you even stopped working,
right?
But for the moment of, I guess it just that time just freed you up to be like, I have no excuse now. I have to go full throttle in.
Literally, it's just one of them things. Is like, you could either think about it or you could actually do it,
right?
And I done it. I was majority of the time is if you don't speak to someone or if you don't reach out to them, then like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Right, yeah.
So if you don't reach out to people and speak to them, just I don't mind rejection. I don't mind rejection. Like as long as they know my intention and what I'm asking them, then that's the main thing, man.
No, same thing. Even sometimes with the podcast, that people that, because like I bring on guests, even some people that like have mad followers that are already like big people, bare people know them. I see the contact info. Sometimes I'm like, let me just, because I might respect them, I think we have a good conversation. Let me drop an email or a DM, whatever. Who knows what might happen? And a couple of people have replied, and at some point in the future, maybe they can come on. But it is that same mentality of, if I don't message or email, I know nothing at all is going to happen.
Exactly.
But if I do, there's a small chance, slight chance. Exactly. I don't know how much, but there's a slight chance that something could happen.
And then it could be like years down the line, like, what if I actually spoke to him? I don't want to be that guy. I hate that feeling of, what if I done this? What if I? Nah, I'd do it. Just do it.
So no, that's sick. Why properties? Why was that? Because I'm a big advocate, and I'll talk about a lot on the podcast about like finding something that you love and finding a way to make money off of that.
So properties, I could have done like I could have done barbering and stuff. Like it's a good skill to have, but properties is something that like the prices go up every year.
Do they?
Yeah, the prices. Like in London, prices are mad. There's like 1-bedroom flat for like £1 million or something. It's crazy, man. So it's not really the properties I'm after. It's more the land I'm after.
Okay.
So I'm after land.
It's a big energy talk.
Yeah. So this is the big goal, innit? This is for me to have land and build a house, and then I can manage it myself, rent it out and stuff like that. Start off here, and then I eventually I do want to branch out and go back home. When I say home, I mean back to my parents' homeland in Vietnam, and start set up there as well.
Even as a conversation that, you know, aunties of mine and mum and grandma and that talk about, like, get some money, save up a little something, and take it back to where I'm from, Uganda, where my parents are from, and buy something there.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's always a shout. And then you're not there all the time, so rent out to someone else, whatever, and then just keep accumulating.
And where with land as well is land is limited. It's not it's not like we have unlimited land around us. So yeah, it's limited. So the more, like, the older like we get, the more it's gonna go up. The more demand we're gonna have as well for land and so on. So I just want to be one of them early birds trying to get it there. But like I also said, like, I don't want to do like the barbering and stuff, because we go back to what I said about it doesn't benefit my family.
Right.
If I was to do barbering, it maybe helps like my nephews, a couple more, like my brothers, maybe my cousins, and a couple of boys, but
it's not really something that's like...
Exactly. But with the properties, obviously my mum and grandmother and stuff is always going to be living in the house. They're always going to, hopefully there's not a lot of problems, but if there is a problem, like, it should be an easy fix for me. And if they want to like make it a bit more luxurious, I can do that myself without getting a labourer in. And
even I was thinking about that, like, when I would see your stuff, I'd be like, there must be such a sick feeling of like things to do with your house. You can get that done yourself.
Yeah.
Even like if you wanted to do a house, you can go design and make your own house.
Yeah, basically.
Like, it's not like stuff you have to go
obviously you need a bit more money to buy materials and stuff. But ideally, I can do all of that. Yeah,
you could do all of that. Like, it's not something you have to outsource and pay someone
exactly
their money, and like all your hopes for your view for your house is in their hands. Like, that's something you can go do.
Exactly.
And that's a sick feeling, I imagine that would be to have. I was wondering, what's the process of actually getting a job from someone? They've asked you to come and do this, blah, 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 blah. And then actually from there to actually it being done.
So it all depends on the job and what they want. So majority of the time we listen to the customer. It's what they want, really. If it's like a small job, say they just want some tiling walls. First things first, what we do is we go in for a quote. So we go into the house, have a look at the house, and then see what they want. So if, say, for example, we go into a house and they want their tiling done in the bathroom, we just go in, see how big the walls are, see what type of tiles they are, what materials we would need, see if they're paying for it, the materials, or we're going to supply the materials. We contemplate like how long it will take to take off all the tiles, because obviously if it's a massive bathroom, it's going to take like at least a day and a half probably to take off just all the tiles.
There's some homes under the hammer kind of stuff.
So it all just depends on the job, really. But main thing, we go and get a quote, we let them know roughly how long it would take.
How long can jobs take? Well, of course, depending.
The longest job, it could take. So like at the moment we've just moved shops. The kitchen doctor just moved shops, so they've only moved a couple of doors down, but it's for a bigger place. So that's been since I started working there. So I've literally helped them move everything from one shop to another, and this is like worktops. This isn't like little chairs and stuff. This is massive stuff. So into the new shop and literally designing it. So we're having a shop at the bottom. There's gonna be a coffee shop, a warehouse at the back, and 2 apartments upstairs. So literally the shop was nothing. It literally just looked like an abandoned warehouse type of thing. So that's still ongoing.
But even so the process of like going in to get a quote and getting a view of the land and seeing what you're looking at and what you need to do, like there's so much like mathematics itself within that. Like
like I said, it depends on the job, because if they want to do a whole kitchen makeover, it could take like 2 weeks.
No way.
That
doesn't seem that long.
But that's every day though.
Okay,
you'll see me every day for 2 weeks. Non-stop, like, So or it could be like just doing tiles. It could take 2-3 days.
So you get a quote, you come in, blah blah blah. You see what they want. You see how you're gonna do it. Tell them roughly how much it will cost, whatever. And also depending on the job, it's 2-3 days, a week, 2 weeks, whatever. because when I see, because sometimes you guys you set up the phone and you record like time lapse videos or whatever, and you're. I saw you one time doing a video. You was breaking down a wall or something.
Yeah. So that's at the new shop. We was knocking down walls to make the apartments, so to build a bathroom and stuff. So so like, I've never knocked down a wall before, if I'm honest. But it's fun experience, and I'm loving it. If I'm honest, I love what I'm doing because at the end of it, it's satisfying. So say for jobs, for customers, we finish the bathroom. So what I normally do is I take a picture before, or like a video before and after as well. It's so satisfying to see the two next to each other, and like you pray, like customers love it as well when we take pictures of their own kitchen, because like they're like, there's pride in our own work, so they like that. And man, it's very satisfying, I would say.
I imagine, especially the fact that it is something that you are doing that and you want to pursue and go into. It's almost like it was a blessing in disguise that you stopped work at Carving Works, because if you kept working there, how long was it going to be until you actually went full throttle into this?
Exactly. This is why I prepared myself to get redundant. This is why I started it all and done the research. Then I started doing little bits of research just before I left, and then when I got made redundant, I got payout as well.
Okay.
So I was comfortable for like at least a month or so. So I had the time. So I didn't want to waste the time. I didn't want to be like going out. Well, I couldn't go out because of lockdown. But I didn't want to be spending it on dumb stuff. So I wanted to. What I did was I used that money to like buy tools and everything I needed for the steps ahead.
And listen, everything that you're saying is like, it's things that I try and I say on this. It's like I hear things like Bitcoin and all the other stuff, and invest your money in this. I'm like, invest your money in yourself. Like,
oh no, do that as well. No, do the Bitcoin as well.
Yeah, I guess so. But I find out what you want to do in life, and like put 100% effort into that and into yourself and into that goal. Yeah, and like you'll be so much better off. Like, and it's a good thing that you've used that time
productively.
Productively. Like, you went and did the research. You went and looked at how this stuff works. You went on YouTube videos, checked stuff out. You recognized you had time to do it, and you went and did it. You had money. You went and bought the equipment that you knew you was going to need at a certain point.
It's an important thing in life where because nowadays obviously you got social media and you can follow whoever you want. So it's literally down to you who you follow and who you want to be like. So I follow like the likes of Elon Musk and stuff. Like, I know I'm never going to reach his level, but who knows? I could try. All I can do is try my best. So like him saying like you didn't need a college degree and stuff like that to work for Tesla, or I've seen a lot of people that don't have a uni degree that's done very well in life. I felt like, because I didn't go uni myself, I dropped out after the first year. I didn't enjoy it because I can't sit down and sit at a computer and just work. I can't do that, man. Cause I think like there's people have been saying that I got like ADHD or something, but I'm not like diagnosed with it or anything, but they just say, oh, you got symptoms of ADHD. But I can't sit still. So me being in an office is a bad place. Me being in seminars, lectures, bad place for me.
So bagging out walls is kind of
that's very
breaking down walls
therapy for me. So man, just following the right people, listen to their advice, because obviously if you want to be like them one day, you got to listen to what they say, because I'm not going to take advice from someone that's doing like working 9 to 5 in like like Subway or something. I don't know.
And it's there's a feeling of because are you first generation here or?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a feeling of like that I think is true of like first generation children, like people who their parents came here and they were born here. It's like, to a certain extent, your parents didn't necessarily have the time to sort of sit down and really think about what do I want to do and how do I want to pursue it. They had kids, they wanted to move to a better place for their kids, and their time was really focused on other stuff. Yeah,
it was tough for my family, especially because we came here as refugees from the Vietnam War, and then I think we always lived local, but I think around the age of like 5, my dad left me. Not me, my family. So he left my mum with like 5 children, like, as a single parent.
Well, you guys had to come here?
Yeah, we was already here, and so we had my dad for a while. And then when I was about 5, he left.
That's wild.
Yeah, and then so my mum's no English. 5 kids. It's hard, and
wild.
I think the oldest one was probably about 12 at the time. Yeah, 12. So
you're one of.
I'm fourth. I'm the fourth child.
No way.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You got.
So there's a lot of us, but so the majority of us are doing nails. So that pays the bills and looks after us. So I need to be that one that reaches out and then makes everyone comfortable.
Of course.
So that's my goal, man, to retire everyone there.
Yeah, that's a feeling. We have that opportunity to sit down, relax, because we are growing up in a better place, in a better society than our parents were when they were younger, when they were our age, and take advantage of that. And there is a feeling of us people who are them first generation families and their first generation from their families, who it's the underlying feeling of you feel like you need to, like you just said,
responsibility.
You feel like you need to do something to, like the house I grew up in, like in Charlton, that's the house I grew up in before I moved to Woolwich. I want to buy that house.
You want to?
I want to buy that house because that's the house I grew up in. That's the house I was, even though when I was a baby, like my grandmother, they lived there somewhere else, but that's like what I remember. I don't want to let that place go. And
I know exactly what you mean, because the house that I'm living in, I've been there since 5 as well. So it's like Plumstead. It's in Plumstead, 5-bedroom house. But you know, like the area we live in is not the best.
You don't mind. You're gonna be living there your whole life, but you still just that place. I just want to.
So you want to buy it. You want to do it up. Get wicked security on it. You need that security. You need that security, man. And then just doing it up and stuff. I always have that. I have like a reoccurring dream, to be fair. There's literally, so basically I have a basement, but my basement is literally like abandoned type of thing. Like it all run down and stuff. But I have this reoccurring dream that I built it and turned it into like a flat itself. And I can rent it out and stuff. But it's the same dream. Like I walk in and then there's certain things that I can do and stuff. So hopefully, that's one of my goals in life as well, is to buy off that house.
That's sick. You said you was going on like a tangent during that time, researching stuff about like taxes and all of that. And I'm like, he's crazy. Like I'm not even ready to like. And I know I'm actually, to be fair, now doing a bunch of things that I am doing. Because most of the stuff I'm doing, I'm like self-employed. So I have to be in charge of exactly. But like I'm only like just getting into the past month or 2 months. So it's something that I know right now that I'm getting into, and I have somewhat a better understanding than I did like 4 months ago. But even still, I'm just like, I'm not no expert of taxes or anything like that. But you can. There's obviously a way around it where you just don't pay as much, like a lot of tax, basically. But these are just things that every because like you said, like, they don't teach us about this in school. We weren't learning about this. And these are things that will definitely going to affect us. Even like things like winning the lottery. Like say you won £1 million, you get taxed 250k. It's crazy. Yeah, something stupid like that, or even more probably. So you won't actually touch that £1 million. £1 million. But these are things that people should go and do. Once you found something that you know is what you want to do and you want to pursue it, go like full throttle in the research around it and find out what you need and what you have to do for it, and prepare yourself. Yeah, literally. It's not like say in school where we have to go through like the whole book and then like have a test about the book. Yeah. Just when you do your own research, literally just answer your own questions. Like, how do I pay tax? You look for how do I pay tax section. Like you don't need to go through the whole book. You just need to look for the section. So you just answering your own questions, literally. And that's but the thing is, people don't have that awareness. If you have that awareness to recognize things and how to do it, then I would say get a mentor. Like say you wanted to be somewhere in life and you had goals. Someone that someone that you know is living the life that you want to be living, or near enough. Speak to them. Just speak to them. Like you said, my cousin. My cousin lives in Manchester. I didn't really speak to him as much before. But I speak to him every day now. We're together now. Literally every day I'm speaking to him. Oh, that's sick. It was so like when I had seen it, it was so like, I know that I was thinking about what he does, but like when I saw it, I was like, oh, swear down, like he's got his own. It was just, it's not something that, especially people from where we're from, it's not something that you see people do. Yeah, exactly. So it was just so like unique and interesting. There was someone. Is this you said the person that you also went to our school where he
So he's been doing kitchen fitting for coming up 3 years now.
Specifically, kitchens.
Yeah.
Okay, is this the kitchen doctor?
Okay, yeah. So the company is called the Kitchen Doctor.
Okay, cool, sick.
He's been working for coming up 3 years now, and this year I think, was it lockdown this year or last year?
It was last year.
Is it last year?
Yeah.
It's because I think
we had a couple this year early, but
anyway, he shouted me for one job, and then eventually become another job and another job and another job because he was happy with the work that we done. The customer was happy. Like, we'd get good tips as well from it.
And how did he first find you?
So we kept in contact anyway.
Okay,
we speak to like on a boy, like we're boys, innit? And then obviously I see him what he was doing. Sometimes I ask him for help, like say I can't paint a 4-bedroom house by myself in like 2 days or something. So I'll need an extra pair of hands. I would ask him, and then we'd go back and forth on each other's jobs, and then eventually I just went over to the kitchen doctor. And then that's how it started with that.
Okay, so you have that, the kitchen doctor, your boys thing, that you work at fully more time. Yeah,
so basically, with the going back to that Rich Dad Poor Dad thing, I learned there was like 3 main sources of income.
Okay.
So the first main source is earned income. Earned income is your 9 to 5.
Okay,
you get paid for your hours.
Yeah.
The second one would be capital gain. Capital gain is, for example, I buy like a Coca-Cola bottle for 50p and I sell it to you for £1.
Okay.
That's capital gain.
Yeah.
And then there's
we used to do that in school.
Yeah. So that's
Cookies
that's why.
Yeah.
Whoever used to do that are good businessmen now. But and then the last one would be passive income. So that's like owning a house, and then every month you're getting rent guaranteed. So you can be sitting at the beach, and every month you're still.
That's what he was. That's one of the 3 things that he was talking about.
So for me at the moment, my earned income would be the kitchen doctor, my 9 to 5. Capital gain is I don't really buy anything to sell, but I would use like the properties commission as my capital gain, and then the passive income would flow through eventually the properties itself.
The guy at the author, what's his name?
The what? Sorry,
the author of the book.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Did you find him through the book?
I found him through YouTube.
No way. And then you realize, he just has his book.
So you know where I said you just ask, like, try to answer your own questions. So I just like typed in something on YouTube like that, specifically what I needed, or like taxes or whatever. And then he popped up, and then I could relate to him a lot more than others, because like some mentors, their backgrounds are a bit different. Like Donald Trump, he says he's broke, but he's got like millions in the bank and stuff.
That video forever.
So and then there's actually
broke
people.
He says stuff in that video like, I didn't start off too well. I got $1 million loan.
Small loan of $1 million off my dad.
That's hilarious.
So so it's people's backgrounds as well. It helps with if they're similar to yours, then obviously you can kind of be like them basically.
So the kitchen doctor who you work with, you have your own Baotri properties. That's your own thing. And then there's the other thing of your cousin's thing in Manchester.
So that's part of the Baotri's properties.
Okay, part of that. Okay, cool.
So he's like my umbrella company.
So I know, I get it. It makes sense. That's some sick stuff, man. Like,
and then on Sundays we do run the Sunday League team as well. We do that.
What is it like? I thought you just play for them, or is like?
No,
It's no way.
We made that from scratch, bro.
That's sick.
Yeah, we made it from scratch. That was through COVID as well.
What are they called again?
Ministry of Ball Football Club.
Yeah, that's it. I thought it was just a club you played for. I didn't know you guys like started it.
Nah, me and Norman, we started it. So it started from
we had like coaches or player coaches.
I'm the chairman.
That is sick.
Yeah, so it started from like a 7-a-side tournaments. Like we had annually we have Chinese and Asian Oriental football tournaments, like 7-a-side tournaments and stuff. So we normally represent Vietnam and stuff. Well, us lot anyway, us generation, and play there. We used to play with another team. So basically, another guy that used to run it. We had a little mix up with him. Like we didn't. There was it was just it got into like financial difficulties, innit? So we weren't happy basically. So we had to leave. We left and started our own 7-a-side sessions. Don't know if you know about like Monday nights football. We do it, and Charlton Meridian.
Yeah.
With like Jai and them man normally come down. But it started off that. We ran that for like 2 years. So through COVID, we was like, we've got enough we've got good enough players to make a squad on 11 aside. And then obviously SC Don was blowing up at the time as well, and it was like, we could probably compete with these one day. And and it goes back to the thing where I was saying, imagine what if we compete with them one day? Let's do it. Let's make this team. So I started making the logo. So I was at Carlton Warehouse. So when there's no customers, I'm on the computer already. So I'm making logos and stuff, hitting up sponsorships and stuff like that, trying to figure out how we're gonna do this and do that. And yeah, man. So as you can see, we're doing well at the moment.
That's sick. No, like already, like you've been, I don't know how long you've been doing it for, but you've been showing like signs of just a work ethic. Like to go and first you went and did the research to figure out how to start a football team, how to start an official football club that can play in a league and move up through leagues. And it was the same skills you did after in that lockdown period when you got made redundant, and you was doing the research on property stuff. And that's sick stuff, man. When in the future, when I'm there and I'm ready with my crib, I'm hitting Baotri properties up.
Love that.
No, but that was mad cool. Thank you for coming down, man.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, I saw the stuff and I was like, yeah, this is like too sick. It's some best stuff I want to know. And when I get older and go into different avenues, definitely will hit you up.
Love that, man.
Stuff.
I'll be here for you, man. Be waiting.
No, I appreciate it, bro. Have a good one, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you for tuning in. Appreciate you for listening. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll let people know how to find you, how to find the Instagram, the page.
So on Instagram, my personal page is Baotri Tran, literally just my name. And then my Instagram for Baotri's Properties is Baotri's Properties UK.
Nice.
And Ministry of Ball Football Club as well. You can find that on the Instagram as well.
Hey, trials, man. Where the trials?
If you feel like you're good enough, just hit me up and have a few.
The chairman right now. No, thank you for coming down, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you for tuning. Thank you for listening. We'll see you soon. It's episode 9. This was Baotri Properties. Get in touch with him. Let him know about his business, what you think. And we'll see everyone soon. We'll let you be. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Stay safe. Stay sweet. Stay street.
ABM Productions.